Coming up on City Spotlight, we are on location in Toledo. We'll talk with the Mayor of Toledo, John Beck, Blake Fairchild, CEO of the Mattoon Area Family YMCA, and Carol Jo Fritts of the Neal Center YMCA Board about the new Neal Center YMCA. And we'll have an inside look at this new state-of-the-art facility in Toledo. Plus, the latest public works going on in and around Toledo. We're on location for a new episode on Toledo, here on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. And welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we are on location for this episode. Another new episode here on Toledo, and in this first segment, we are taping at the Village Hall here in Toledo, and we are going to talk in this first segment. We welcome back to the program the Mayor of Toledo, John Beck. Good to see you again, John.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Pleasure to have you on again. Last time we taped with John was about 18 months ago, August of 2017 at the Cumberland County Fairgrounds there. And we're here in Toledo as some exciting news. The new Neal Center YMCA is about to open, and we're going to talk about that in this segment to start, and also in our next segment with Blake Fairchild and Carol Jo Fritts. And John, I can't help but not to ask you, you take one or two steps out of the Village Hall and you see this shiny new building just to your right or just past the courthouse. It's going to make you feel very proud to see the new addition to Toledo.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful addition, number one, to the village, to the county, but what a great addition to the square. It's just absolutely an exciting time in Toledo.
We first talked with Blake Fairchild and Carol Jo Fritts last January at a meeting there at Cumberland High School to inform the public about this project. And as the last year has transpired, the groundbreaking was obviously a few months before that informational meeting. To see the process and that building, that 33,000 square foot building to be built, what was that like to see it being built and it's about to open here?
Well, since I work here in town, I really got to see it on a daily basis, and it was amazing to watch the transformation of the old buildings being torn down. And I remember when they brought the steel to town, the trucks unloading. It was just an exciting time, and the people that stopped and looked, and the people that still do stop and look, it's just an exciting time for Toledo.
And can't but help but ask you, this whole east side of the square of Toledo has changed quite a bit. Our first time talking with you back in August of 2017, you talked about the new firehouse, and that was built in the spring of 2017. The whole east side of the square in Toledo has just transformed with these two additions. What a change for Toledo.
Absolutely, and then on the other side of the square with the Sarah Bush Lincoln Clinic, the square has changed a lot in the last 5 years.
It's got to make you very proud to see this town of about 1,200 people, and your square has changed in multiple corners in just the last 18 months, and for this community and for the county to have, you guys are the center of the county here, with the courthouse and these new things, the foot traffic, the cars are going to be coming to town here for these things, and it's going to make you feel very proud as the leader of this community to see these transformations on your square.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, it's just exciting to see that, not just for Toledo, because the county's going to have to get behind this Neal Center. I mean, it's the village of Toledo of 1,200 people can't support it on its own. So it's a countywide project, and I think people countywide are excited about the new YMCA.
In our next segment with Blake Fairchild and Carol Jo Fritts at the Y, I asked them a question as we're taping here a few days after we interviewed them. The legacy of Burnham Neal. This is something that he wanted for this community. This is his home county. He has his footprint in several other towns here in central Illinois, whether it be at EIU or at Lakeland. But this is his hometown, and he wanted something like this. What can you say about the legacy of Burnham Neal? This is to fruition. This new facility is about to open and be a part of this community moving forward.
Well, to see it from the planning stage and not knowing exactly how it was going to transpire, to see it come to fruition and relatively quick now it's going to be open. It's a very good tribute to Mr. Neal.
All right, very good. Again, we're taping this segment here with Mayor Beck on January 15th. So the time you folks are seeing this episode for the first time, hopefully the new Neal Center YMCA is open. John, let's ask you about a couple things that you talked with us the last time we had you on, and they're both on the east side of town. We have the water main there and a sidewalk over near the Dollar General area. Tell us about those two things. Which one do you want to start with?
The sidewalk project is now in the hands of the engineers. Will probably be bid. We will be taking bids probably within the next month. The sidewalk will basically be from the Life Center east end to the Dollar General. There's no sidewalk in that area of town, and there's a tremendous amount of foot traffic going to the Dollar General store. We just felt like as a village we needed to address that, and it's been engineered. There's one of the big problems is there's a relatively good sized ravine there that we're going to have to build a footbridge over. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a drawback, but we've got that addressed, and we're about ready to take bids on that. So that's going to be a big project.
You're right about the foot traffic. The multiple times I've been here to Toledo to tape these episodes and get video of the town, there's always cars in that Dollar General, so that will help very much so. Also on the east side of town, tell us about the water main.
There's a water main project that we've been looking at for several years, and we have it's in a grant phase right now. We've been told that it looks good for the grant, but you never know in that situation. But if we can get that project done, that will loop the east side of town in with everything else that we have. So we need to get that done if at all possible. It will just make our water system that much better.
A lot going on in the village of Toledo here as we tape here in the early part of January 2019, the new Neal Center YMCA, and catching up on public works projects here in the village of Toledo. The Mayor of Toledo, John Beck, it's been a pleasure having you on City Spotlight again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And again, congrats on the YMCA and everything that's going on here. Coming up here in our next segment here on City Spotlight, we'll head over to the new Neal Center YMCA and talk with Blake Fairchild and Carol Jo Fritts. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Toledo. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this on-location episode on Toledo, and we've changed locations, and we're at the brand new Neal Center YMCA, and we welcome back two familiar guests to the program. We have Blake Fairchild. He's the CEO of the Mattoon Area Family YMCA. Great to see you again, Blake.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Pleasure. And Carol Jo Fritts. She's with the Neal Center YMCA Board. Carol, pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
And we last had these two fine people on last January at Cumberland High School. I believe the date was January 23rd. An informational meeting to inform the public of this beautiful new facility here in Toledo that we're sitting in right now. And Blake, let's talk about a year since we last talked, and we're inside the YMCA. It's about to open. Talk about the process of the last year.
Yeah, I can do that. Since January, a lot has happened. I think whenever we held that meeting at the high school, informational meeting, we had broke ground and had started doing some construction work, and really that's what we've been up to for the last year. And so back in January, the truck showed up here on the square in Toledo, and with a delivery of steel, and the construction crews started hanging the steel and pouring the concrete pad and giving us this beautiful facility that we have here today. And so, just all the work Waltman Construction did over the last year has got us to this point where we're pretty close to getting ready to get open. So yeah.
And the crew you mentioned there, where are they out of?
Woltman Construction. They're out of Effingham, Illinois.
Okay, very good. And so, yeah, the groundbreaking was prior to us taping, and so about 13 months ago, that first pile of dirt was still remembered. Very, very cold day that we had that day. So we talked about kind of where we got to this point. Carol, from what you've seen working here in Toledo and seeing this building come up, and it is gigantic. Your thoughts on we got to this point?
Oh, it's just amazing. I mean, well, first of all, the demolition. The demolition was hard on a few people because of emotional attachments, but now they come onto the square and it's people are stopping, pulling over, taking pictures in awe. And every time I run into somebody, I can't wait till it opens. So.
Okay, very good. And people are anticipating the opening of this facility. It's not officially open as we tape here on January 11th, and so when folks are seeing this here for the last week of January, it might be open. And
Yes, it may. We are playing this day by day. We have some last minute work to finish up, and once we get through that, we're gonna open the doors. And so I'm hopeful within the next couple of weeks that we will have the doors open to the community. Our staff's ready. We're signing up members every day, and really once we get the go-ahead from our construction crew, we're going to open the doors and have this ready for the Toledo community and Cumberland County residents.
So if folks are seeing this at home, the facility probably will be open at this time that you're seeing it. This is a very large facility. If you drive into Toledo there, the corner of Main and Courthouse, 33,000 square feet.
Correct.
I mean, this is a gigantic place. I mean, when you walk, I mean, you've obviously both seen it built from the ground up, and can you just believe how large and big it is here? I mean, it stands out so much here in this community now.
Absolutely. Carol's from this area, and I can only imagine how she feels about it. But coming, from Mattoon and watching this whole process, I mean, it's just going to be a staple here on the square. The facility ties right into everything the Toledo community has been doing on the square. It just fits in perfect. We've been able to match the brickwork to tie into the courthouse and other buildings around here. It just fits in really well. And
we were very lucky with our architect.
Yes.
Sander Walk did our work for us, and one of our requests, the locals, was for her to match up the building with the square. She did a fabulous job. It's just beautiful.
I asked Mayor Beck in the previous segment about just this side, Carol, of the community now, the east side of the square. The firehouse was built the spring of 2017, so in just about 18 months' time, the whole east side of the square of Toledo has completely changed.
Right, and which is so difficult for so many small communities. Just getting the money to demolish buildings, let alone rebuild something as fabulous as what we have here and with the fire department. So, and we've also got Sarah Bush Lincoln, too, obviously, over on the other side of the square.
Let's ask you about staffing right now.
Okay.
Will it consist of people from the Mattoon Y, a whole new staff being brought in? How will this place be run?
Absolutely. We are the Mattoon Area Family YMCA, and we operate two facilities, the Mattoon branch and the Toledo branch. And so here in Toledo, we have a membership and facility director, Hannah Robinson, who will be serving as kind of the on-site manager. And then we have Andrea Roberts is going to serve as our aquatics director. Much of our other programming and administrative duties, marketing, will occur out of our Mattoon location, where we have those offices. But those folks that are doing those duties are going to spend plenty of time down here in Toledo, making sure that we are making those connections in this community, make sure that we're keeping this facility in tip-top shape and serving the members the way that we should. I myself, along with our COO, Wendy Baker, we're going to spend regular time down here as well, just making sure that we're integrating this facility into our entire operation.
So you'll be overseeing, obviously, both facilities. So
absolutely,
you've made many trips already to Toledo. Why not? Why not a few?
I've got the road figured out.
Exactly how much travel time
Absolutely,
you need.
Yes.
Well, and you hired a lot of locals, though, Blake.
Yes, yeah. From a part-time standpoint, that's a great point, Carol. We've hired approximately 30 folks, and from a part-time staff standpoint, I would say 100% of them are from this area, which is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to have the ability to provide jobs for Cumberland County residents, and we've been able to do that. I'll say we were really worried about our pool operation. You know, there's not a pool like this in Cumberland County, and where we're going to be able to attract individuals that would be able to serve as lifeguards or instructors. And I've just been shocked by the folks that have been able to, that have maybe not have that lifeguard certification, but were interested in the pool and were able to get trained by our staff in Mattoon, and they're ready to go. And so we're just excited to have been able to provide jobs for the local community.
From what I know about or have heard of YMCA, is the pool is a big draw.
Oh yeah.
So excellent. Glad that's an opportunity for them to use.
Yeah, Carol, you know this really well. I mean, one of Burnham's #1 things that he wanted whenever he pledged the money for this was a pool.
Yep, that was it. In fact, when he first started talking about this years ago, it was only a pool. but look what we have. We have so much more.
It's emerged a little bit bigger than a pool.
Oh, his dream is beyond come true. Yeah.
Kind of segued into my next question, and to tease a little bit later in the program, Blake's going to give us a little tour of the facility, so you'll be able to check it out. And if you're seeing this, and the facility's probably open, so you'll probably get a layout of the land here. And you just talked about Burnham, Neal.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the last time we had you on almost a year ago. Yeah. This was a dream, a goal of his to happen, and
yes.
The reality is almost official.
I know.
If he were sitting here with us doing this conversation, what do you think he'd say?
He would be so proud. And this is his hometown. And of course, he was a great philanthropist for Lakeland, Eastern, Sarah Bush, you know, other places too. But with this being his hometown, he would be so happy. And when we initially discussed this, he, of course, the square wasn't an option, you know, at that time. But then the square became an option. And for him to have a 2-story facility on the square with a pool with his name on it, he would be just absolutely so happy, so happy.
So his legacy has continued on. Obviously,
Yes.
you mentioned the other places that Mr. Neal has a legacy, and obviously Lakeland and Eastern, but his hometown, that's probably what means the most to him.
Yeah, yes, I wish you were here to be able to see it, of
Excellent.
course.
Well,
So.
he's probably looking over it right now as we see.
Yeah.
Before Blake gives us a tour of the facility, Blake, let's remind our audience at home, just give us some of the highlights, overview of what are the things that are being offered here that people can use.
Absolutely. So we have, as you said earlier, a 33,000 square foot 2-story facility, and what our goal is to get as much space in this building that we have in Mattoon in here. And so we have a gym that has basketball courts. We have the ability to play pickleball and volleyball in the gym as well. We have a walking track that's 14 laps to a mile, an elevated walking track, wellness center that has all of the equipment needs that anybody would need to get a good workout in, treadmills, cardio equipment, everything
which is right behind us.
Right behind me. We mentioned a pool, just a great pool, 56 feet by 24 feet. That'll will allow us to do swim lessons and water volleyball, just a variety of different things we can do in the pool. And then at the same time, we have a child watch space for families to drop off the young ones prior to working out or doing whatever they want to do in the facility. And then finally, we have a very nice community multi-purpose room that we're excited to be able to offer this community as well for community meetings, community events, and at the same time we'll probably use it as a youth room for the older kids as well. And so I should also mention that we do have 2 fitness studios as well.
Wow.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
No.
You're obviously excited about
I
that?
am. I'm very excited.
Yeah, just 2 great fitness studios where we'll be offering a variety of different land wellness classes, yoga, body pump, cycling. It'll just be really good.
So a lot of the things, if you've used the Mattoon Y, a lot of the same things. I'm looking at the equipment here. It looks like similar equipment that I've worked out on at the Mattoon Y. My final question for both of you, and again, it's been a pleasure having you on again, and congratulations on this new facility being open. Carol, again, remind the audience why this is such a great addition to the community of Toledo and the surrounding area.
Health, wellness, community, companionship, just so many things, and just opportunities to team build, opportunities to get to know your neighbor better. I mean, I just can't say enough about all the things that are here for people. We have a little visiting areas where they can visit. Of course, the exercise classes, water aerobics classes, things for all ages. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity for our community, but not only our community, but the communities close by to us. So, and of course, we welcome everybody from all areas. So.
And Blake, my final question for you, and you probably, I think you touched upon it about a year ago when I asked you, people that have a YMCA membership, they can use both facilities. So
yes,
I think I ran into somebody working out there a couple of days ago. She's from Lerna, and she's maybe a little bit closer for her to use this facility.
Absolutely. So our membership is reciprocal, and so anybody that's a member in Mattoon or a member in Toledo has the ability to access both of our facilities, and at the same time we have a great relationship with Sarah Bush Lincoln and the Center for Healthy Living, and our members have the option to work out there as well.
Yep.
And then from a nationwide standpoint, YMCA's now within the last year have signed on board that you can, with 95% of Ys across the country, you can take your scan card that you have from the Neal Center Y or the Mattoon Y and walk into virtually any Y across the country, scan your card, and utilize those facilities as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations again on your guys' efforts, and appreciate your
Thank
time
you.
here talking about the Neal Center YMCA. It will be officially open, as probably you folks at home are seeing. Blake Fairchild, the CEO of the Mattoon Area Family YMCA, and Carol Jo Fritts with the Neal Center YMCA Board.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
having you on City Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
much.
I appreciate your time.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And coming up next here on City Spotlight, Blake will take us on a little tour of the brand new Neal Center YMCA here in Toledo. Stay tuned. City Spotlight is on YouTube. Past episodes can be viewed on East Central Illinois towns that have been featured on City Spotlight. Just search on YouTube City Spotlight with the show number and the name of the town. Listed on your screen are the recent episodes of City Spotlight.
Welcome to the Neal Center YMCA, and my name's Blake Fairchild. I'm the CEO of the Mattoon Area Family YMCA, and the Neal Center YMCA is a branch of our YMCA. So today I'm going to give you a tour of what we got going on here in Toledo. So starting off, we are here in the lobby. The Neal, as I said, you see there, Neal Center YMCA. This is the First Neighbor Bank lobby, and this is where the minute that a member walks in the door, they'll be greeted by our team of front desk staff to welcome them and get to know them and be able to sign up for membership and any other questions that may have. So, all right, come along, we'll show you the rest. All right, we'll stop here. We've got two rooms here on the right-hand side. You can see in here is our child watch. This room is just going to be a great space for families to drop off their kids while they're working out. We'll have a dedicated staff team in here that'll be able to take in. It will be considered drop-in childcare and just a great addition for families. So, moving along over across the hall. We will take a look at, this is, we're calling it a community multi-purpose room. And, you know, in this space, we're going to host community meetings, board meetings, and at the same time, we'll plan to do some youth activities and potentially turn this into a youth center in the evening hours. But just a great space for Cumberland County residents to utilize. And if you're ever interested in utilizing that space, just give us a call, and we'll have a schedule for that. So. Moving along, we're going to move on to the pool gathering area is what we reference this. This will be a nice space where we'll have tables and chairs for families to gather and watch their kids while they're in the pool, the Burnham E&E pool, and we'll just go take a look at that. As we said earlier, Burnham Neal, one of the number one things he wanted whenever he decided he wanted to create a community center was to build a pool. And so we've been able to just put together a really nice 56 foot by 24 foot pool that we'll utilize every day for open swim lessons, aqua aerobics. Just a variety of different aqua classes will take place in this space. Moving down this hallway, this will be how we enter our gymnasium. I should also point out that off on my right-hand side is where our locker rooms are. In there we have 13 different individual changing rooms with 7 showers. So folks will be able to go in there, get ready for the pool, use the restroom, whatever they need to do in those individual changing rooms. Moving into the gymnasium, we are super excited about this space. The floor that we put in here works out really well, just really shines, really pops. We put in a gym and a half. We have a full court here on my right-hand side, also hosts volleyball. We have a curtain up in the ceiling that will divide the half gym from the full gym. And then also on the half gym side over here, we have 2 pickleball courts along with 3 basketball hoops. Our basketball hoops do have the ability, the 3 over here, have the ability to raise and lower down to 8 foot for the young ones. So they, if they can't shoot it up to 10 feet, we're able to lower those down to the 8 foot mark as well. All right, now we're up here on the 2nd floor of our Neal Center YMCA, and we're standing on our walking track. We just are super excited to have the ability to have a whole elevated walking track. Overlooks the gymnasium. 13 laps around the walking track results in a mile, and look forward to seeing our members taking laps up here. Off on my left-hand side are 2 of our fitness studios. In these fitness studios was where we'll be doing our land fitness classes, include body pump, just a variety, yoga, cycling, just a variety of different classes similar to what we have in Mattoon, and we'll continue to build upon those classes as we get going and find instructors and become operational. So, second one here, and you can see in there right now that we do have our cycling bikes, so they are ready to go whenever we open the doors and begin our cycling classes. Now we're moving on into our wellness center. We've got some of our staff moving some equipment around right now, but just a great space for our members. Across the front of the room, off to my right-hand side, is where all of our cardio equipment is set up. Each of those pieces of equipment have the ability to hook into the TV, and you'll be able to hear what's being played on the televisions. Across the middle is our selectorized equipment, where folks will be able to get their workouts in, and just some great equipment in here for individuals to utilize. Now we're on the 2nd floor, just taking a look at the pool from the 2nd story, just kind of a cool view that we have.
City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.